Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News and welcome to the watch along because officially, right now, the Barcelona Valencia match just started. We have kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, at the Estadi Johan Cruyff as Barcelona are currently facing off against Valencia. I am a little bit late. I had an event at 1 p.m. I went to a Jets versus Buffalo Bills game. It's an American football game. For those of you who don't live here in the U.S., I was invited to it. I went, watched it, left at halftime because, of course, I wanted to watch Barcelona. You know, Barcelona is a much bigger priority than the Buffalo Bills are or the Jets are. So that's why I'm starting a little bit late. But don't worry, I'm here, ready to do this watch along with you lovely people. Again, as Barcelona face off against Valencia. Now, I know my timer is not on right now, my scoreboard. Let me see. I got to activate it. Let me log into it actually now that we are... Again, I just literally ran. I parked my car, ran upstairs, took my shoes off, started setting everything up. As you can see, I'm like all sweaty, but I'm here. Now, while I'm getting the scoreboard on, let's talk about the lineup because we do have some surprises in the lineup. The number one surprise was, actually first, let me get the scoreboard a little bit. 120, right there. Voila. All right, we got the scoreboard matching what's actually going on in the game. But okay, we do have surprises in the lineup. First of all, I had predicted that it would be Joan Garcia in goal. Duh, he is in goal. I predicted that. Oh, wait, hold on. We have an attack. Fermin Lopez making a run into the box, but he gets intercepted. Anyways, let's get back. I had predicted that's going to be Koundé and Gerard Martin replacing Balde. We got that right. And then I was predicting Kouarsi and Christensen. I got the Kouarsi part right. Duh. But I got the Christensen part wrong because we have Eric Garcia alongside Pau Kouarsi. Now, I've always said I really like this pairing, the Kouarsi-Eric Garcia pairing. They really know how to play together. This is the pairing that won the Olympic gold last summer. Let's not forget that. So no objections there. Again, I like Christensen, but I think Pau Kouarsi and Eric Garcia make a great center back pairing. Now, in the midfield, we have Pedri alongside Marc Casado. That's exactly what I expected. You know, Casado replacing the injured Frankie de Jong. Up front, I had went with the safe bet of Dani Olmo. But it looks like Flick has opted for Fermin Lopez. So, you know, I got that one wrong. And then I said, you know, on the right, Lamine Yamal, of course, injured. I said we could have Rooney Bardarji start or maybe Ferran Torres if Flick felt like, you know, he wanted to go with the safe option. Oh, we got an attack. Marcus Rashford in the box. He kicks it. It goes over goal. But Flick went with Rooney Bardarji. Really excited to see what he has to offer. I predicted that Rashford would be on the left, replacing Rafinha because Rafinha played 2 matches in the international break. Plus, he had to travel all the way to South America. That's a very long flight back and forth, plus the time zone difference. Plus, he played in Bolivia, where it's very high altitude. So I expected Rashford to replace Rafinha. That's what happened. And then up front, I said maybe Lewandowski, maybe Ferran. It looks like Flick has gone with Ferran Torres. So that's the lineup. Joan Garcia in goal, Koundé, Kouarsi, Eric Garcia, Gerard Martin in the defense. In the midfield, we have Pedri, Casado, Fermin. And our attackers are Rooney Bardarji, Marcus Rashford, and Ferran Torres as our number 9. Now, we have Dudson says, can you show the match? No, I cannot, my friend. It's called copyright infringement. I can't just show a match on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel would get shut down. Ooh, we got a great pass by Casado to Ferran Torres. But Ferran Torres tries to, I don't know if he tried to pass the ball or kick it, but it does get blocked. Let's see. Gold CJ Messi says, hey Mo, I had my gender reveal yesterday and I'm having a baby girl. Can't wait to start having father-daughter time watching Barcelona. Of course, that is absolutely amazing news. Congratulations on having a baby. Congratulations on having a daughter. I hope she becomes a Barcelona fan so you guys can share, you know, these moments together and can... Oh! Almost got a goal. Corner kick. Koundé takes the header, but it gets blocked by the goalkeeper or it gets saved by the goalkeeper. Barcelona's first shot on goal. But anyways, goal de CJ. Wait, let me see the replay real quick. Ferran Torres heads it back and Koundé kicks it. The ball kind of comes behind him. He stretches his leg back to try to kick it. He does get a touch on it. Defender does too. and the ball ends up hitting the goalkeeper's leg. But anyways, gold CJ. Congratulations, my friend. That's absolutely amazing. When is your wife due? Let me know in the comment section. But congratulations, and I cannot wait for you to be able to share all these Barcelona moments with her. One of my good friends just had a baby too a few months ago, and he's always dressing her up with like Barcelona stuff. It's really cute. I have another friend who had a son as well recently. Same thing. So both of them Barcelona fans. So congrats, my friend. Congrats. That's pretty awesome. But here we go. All right, we got Kunde on the right, pass to Rooney Bardarji. Rooney opens it up to Casado. By the way, I'm excited to see Casado back in the lineup. Casado to Pedri. No, sorry, to Cubarsí. I always confuse Cubarsí and Pedri. They have very similar haircuts. Cubarsí to Eric. Eric to Kunde. Kunde to Rooney. Rooney tries to dribble the defender, but it doesn't work. And the refs consider that a foul. I have no idea how, but anyways. And Gold CJ Messi says she is due on the 6th of February. All right, that's right around the corner. I'm sure it's nerve-wracking, but at the same time, it's exciting. So congrats again, my friend. Let's see. We're seeing the stands, all the injured players. We saw Ter Stegen, Lamine Yamal. I couldn't tell who else. Balde. And then, they changed the view, so I couldn't see the rest. But great steal by Cubarsí. Casado to Pedri. Pedri with his famous turns, his 360 turns that just always opens up space for him. Cubarsí to... Who is that? Oh, that's Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin is playing a little bit ahead in the field. Here we go, Marc Casado, driving the ball, opens it up to the right to Jules Koundé. Koundé back to Casado. Casado back to Koundé. Koundé to Eric. Eric to Pedri. Oh, Pedri to Rooney. Great pass by Rooney with a shot from outside the box, but it gets blocked by the defender, and then comes Valencia on the counter-attack. The Valencia attacker clashes with Eddie Garcia, and he falls. Not a foul. Gets up, and he keeps going. They both bump together, shoulder to shoulder, and Valencia attacker just goes flying. All right, let's see. Let's go. I'm so excited that we're back. Those 2 weeks from FIFA International break were too long. There we go. Rashford driving the ball from the left. Ooh. Still Rashford, and passes to the middle, but the Valencia defender blocks it. Barcelona still have it. Oh, come on, man. There's a fight there between Fulquier and Gerard Martin, and the referee considers it a foul. I don't know if that was a foul, but whatever. It's okay. Marcus Rashford looking dangerous so far. Now, of course, it is just the 7th minute. So it's not like, we've seen a lot, but the little that we've seen with Rashford, he's already had 2 very dangerous runs to the box. This one takes on a defender with that cut. But Rashford, man, he looked really good in the FIFA International break with England. So let's see if he can carry some of that into here. Koundé gets the ball in the middle of the field to Pedri. Pedri to Casado. To Fermin. Ooh, great pass to Rooney Bardarji, but to Ferran, but the Valencia defender is there to intercept it. Ooh, man. Let's see. Ferran opens up to Pedri outside the box. Pedri to Fermin. Fermin back to Pedri. Pedri opens it up to the left to Gerard Martin. Gerard Martin back to Pedri. Pedri to Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia opens it up all the way to the right to Rooney Bardarji, who's now driving the ball to Koundé in the middle. Koundé back to Eric. Man, Valencia are like really doing one-man mark. Rooney Bardarji on the right. Passes it back to Eric. Eric back to Cubarsí. Cubarsí back to Eric. Barcelona still trying to find those spaces. Casado to Pedri. Oh, Gerard Martin on the left is open. Oh, Gerard Martin did not read that play. Gerard Martin lifts his hand, letting Pedri know that he's available. Pedri does that diagonal cross, but Gerard Martin never makes the run. Had Gerard Martin made the run, he would have received the ball all by himself. But he did not read that play really well. But it's okay because Barcelona still maintain possession of the ball. Gold Messi says, hey, Mo, I'm going 3-0 to Barcelona. What is your prediction? You know me, I don't like to do predictions, but I'll definitely listen to you guys' prediction. There we go. Fermin to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford to... Was that Gerard? Yeah, Gerard to Pedri. Pedri. Oh, beautiful play by Fermin Lopez. Oh my God, come on, Ferran to go. I can't believe Ferran just missed that. I cannot believe Ferran just missed that. That was a beautiful play by Pedri, who gets past the defender, passes it to Fermin. Fermin gets past the defender to Ferran. Ferran is left by himself. No, he was not offsides. And then Ferran Torres, hand to hand, head to head with the goalkeeper and puts the ball on top of goal. I cannot believe Ferran Torres just missed that, man. Lewy would not have missed that. Lewy would not have missed that. Mathemati says, Mo, looking fresh. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Alibaba says, yesterday a small touch was given a red card, and there they just let it go. Are you talking about the Madrid match? I heard there was some controversy. I didn't watch the match. I didn't watch the highlights either because I don't really care what happens in Madrid's matches. All I know is that they beat Real Sociedad, and apparently Hoysing got a red card. Why? I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out later. But Mantamante says, I think Rashford will score too. I hope so. I hope so. And BD Man says, big up, Mo. What's up, BD Man? Thanks for joining the watch along. Like I was saying before coming here, I was at the New York Jets versus Buffalo Bills American football match, NFL match. The stadium is close to me. I was invited to an event. I was there. I watched the first half. The Jets were absolutely getting slaughtered. It was, I think, 20-3. Buffalo Bills were up 20, and Jets had 3. Of course, I left that match. I came running home. Barely made it, but I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Hopefully, great pass by Pedri into the box, but Kunde does not get there on time. So I'm hoping that this time Barcelona are the Bills in this match, and that Valencia are the Jets, and that we could absolutely slaughter them. Let's see. Emmanuel says, say the name. That's a really weird request. I mean, are you talking to your girlfriend? Are you choking her out right now and asking her to say your name? Because that's really weird to tell a grown man to say your name. But anyways, let's focus on the game because that was a really strange moment there in the comment section. I want to hear you guys' predictions. Let me know your predictions. I know Gold CJ Messi said that he's predicting a 3-0. Mantamantis is predicting Rashford 2 goals. So the rest of you, let me know. What do you think the final scoreline will be? By the way, study Johan Cruyff. Look at that pitch. That pitch looks like perfect. It's a beautiful pitch. Like I said, I've been to that stadium. I've watched the Barca Athletic and the Barca Family there. It's a beautiful stadium, very modern, very new. Great, um, great condition. And I mean, look at that pitch. And to think that people were complaining, they're like, "Oh, Barcelona's gonna pay and study Johan Cruyff." Valencia coach complaining, the Valencia players complaining. It's like, bro, that pitch is 10 times better than the pitch at Rayo Vallecano, and I don't hear anyone complaining. But anyways, let's see. Mathematics says his prediction is 3-1. All right, so Barcelona 3 with 2 goals of Rashford. Who do you have scoring the 3rd goal? I'm interested. Beanie Man says, is Rafinha on the bench? Yes. He is on the bench. I predicted he would be on the bench because he played, both matches with Brazil. And that's exhausting, especially because the second match was against Bolivia, high altitude. That takes a toll. Plus, a trip to South America always takes a toll. It's a very long flight. You have to adjust to the time difference. Then another long flight back. Again, adjust to the time difference. Rooney Bardghji from outside the box. But the goalkeeper was there to... Man, I like that Rooney's feeling courageous. He's taking those shots. It's not weighing down on him that it's his, first match playing for Barcelona. Like officially, obviously, he did play the preseason, but it's not weighing on him. He took his shot. Goalkeeper was there to block it, but careful! There comes Valencia on a counterattack. Eric Garcia beats him. Pass to Juan Garcia, and Juan Garcia to Fermin, who passes it to Kunde. Kunde long pass to Rashford, but the defender is there to block it or intercept it. Leo Ford says, still saying 3-1, Ferran double and 1 from Rooney. Okay, I like that. There comes Rashford, opens it up to the left to Fermin. Fermin takes the shot. But the goalkeeper was there too. Man, Fermin is really active. Fermin is all over the field. He's on the right. He's on the left. He's driving down the middle. He's coming back to defend. He's attacking. He's taking shots. He's making passes. Fermin, man. Fermin is, you could tell, he's got this guy. He's like trying to send a message to Flick. I should be the starter ahead of Olmo. I like it. The funny kid says Messi or Ronaldo. Obviously, Messi. That's a pretty easy one. Not because I'm a Barcelona fan, but let's be honest. That Messi's on a whole nother different level. Does Ronaldo score goals? Absolutely, but that's about it. Messi scores goals, provides assists, builds plays, scores from everywhere, including free kicks, something that Ronaldo hasn't done in years. Can dribble past 4 or 5 defenders, no problem. Ronaldo, he's a goal scorer. He's a great goal scorer. That's great, awesome. Probably one of the best goal scorers in history. But Messi's a more complete player. Ryan says, "What's good, Mo? I'm enjoying this match from my home in Lelystad in the Netherlands. I predict 4-0 for Barca. All right, all the way from the Netherlands. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I like that prediction." Mathemati says 2 goals from Rashford and 1 from Rooney. All right, I like that too. My man Shin joining the watch along. Says 2 matches in a row. We missed an absolute sitter, first Sid, and now Ferran. What the hell is going on? Yeah, we are wasting a lot of chances. Actually, all 3 matches we've wasted a lot of chances. I don't know, maybe because it's the beginning of the season, the players are still rusty. They need to sharpen those knives. I don't know, but yeah, we've been wasting a lot of chances in all 3 matches before the FIFA international break. Let's hope this match we don't waste as many and we can start finding the back of the net. And Edward says, "Hi Mo, just curious. On my part, I haven't stood in the bathroom of a stadium with 10 dudes shoulder to shoulder to urinate into a 20-foot long tub where no bathroom is really all that bad. Let me try to remember if I ever used the bathroom at the Camp Nou. I don't think I did. I don't really use bathrooms at stadiums. I usually make sure to use the bathroom before I leave to the stadium, whether it's leaving my house or the hotel or whatever. And I don't usually use the bathroom at stadiums for that reason. It's always like so many. First, the lines are long. You end up missing. If you go during halftime, the lines are so long. You end up missing the beginning of the second half. There's always a lot of people, and then in the main stadium, there's always like piss on the floor. It always smells like piss. So I always make it a habit not to go to bathrooms in stadiums. So I don't recall ever using the bathroom at the Camp Nou. So I cannot answer that question. Beanie says, "Guys, have you realized how good Garcia's long passes are?" Absolutely, absolutely. Because he's an academy player. He knows how to do that. He knows how to play with the ball at his feet. That's something that most defenders don't know how to do. Most defenders know how to defend, right? How to intercept passes, how to intercept aerial passes, how to go head to head with an attacker, chase him down, whatever, shoulder to shoulder. But as far as like once the defensive action is done and they have the ball at their feet, a lot of defenders don't know what to do with it. They usually just make a short pass to whoever's next to them. Barcelona defenders, completely different breed, right? Since they're little kids at the academy, they're taught how to build from the back. And Garcia knows how to do that. Oh, pass to Ferran Torres. Man, Ferran Torres is just... I know he was great last season, but whenever he starts, he just drives me crazy. He's just not a starter. He doesn't come into the game until like later. He's definitely someone great to come from the bench, but he always drives me crazy. But great pass for Rashford. Oh, he was offside. Matt says Fermin is underrated. 100% agree with you. I'm really glad to see him back in the lineup, and I think that Fermin is right now playing his ass off. I think he really wants that started spot. And I won't be surprised if he does end up winning. What Flick is complaining about something. Ryan says, "Did Bernal make the squad list for today's match?" You know what? That's a great question. Let me look it up. I got home right when the match had started, so I didn't even check anything. Let me see. Let me check the official Barcelona page. Let's look at the squad list. By the way, I think is this their first time playing the home kit? Or did they? No, I think they used it against Rayo, right? Let's see. Yes, Bernal is in the squad list. The squad list is Juan Garcia, Wojciech Szczesny, Diego Cochen. For defenders, Ronald Araujo, Cubarsí, Christensen, Gerard Martin, Kunde, Eric, and Jofre Torrens. Midfield, Pedri, Fermin, Marc Casado, Dani Olmo, and Marc Bernal. Attackers, Ferran Torres, Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, Rashford, Rooney, and Tony Fernandez. Antonio Fernandez, but they call him Tony. So, and the squad list is listed as A. Fernandez, but it's Tony Fernandez. Pedri to Rashford. Ooh, Rashford made the pass to Ferran, but the Valencia defender was there to. So to answer your question, yes, Bernal is in the squad list. We'll see if he gets some minutes. I think if Barcelona put this one to rest early on, if it's like the 70th, 80th minute and Barcelona are up like 3 goals or something, I'm sure we'll see Bernal come in like the last 5-10 minutes. But yes, he is on the bench. Alan says, Camp Nou bathrooms were terrible, small, and stink. Yeah, I never used them, so I can't say. Like I said, I always make it a mission not to use bathrooms at any stadium because they're always gross. Uh, Ronaldo, all the way from Saudi Arabia, saying Kempis just went on a long rant talking shit about Flick excluding Coutinho for being late while Moises Llorens is defending him. So annoying. Dude, I hate these ESPN commentators. I really, really hate them. I don't know if I haven't heard. I heard some people talking about Rafinha being late. I haven't been able to confirm it. But either way, I expected Rafinha not to start because of, again, he just came back from international break. It's a very long flight. Ooh, here we go. Rooney opens it up to Rashford. Rashford on the left driving the ball. Ooh, come on, Rashford cuts into the middle, passes it to Pedri. Kunde's making a run. Oh, man. Kunde was wide open, making a run on the right. But Pedri opens it up to the left to Gerard. Gerard screws it up, makes a terrible pass. Adedoyin says, yes, he did. I'm guessing you're talking about Bernal. Yes, Bernal is in the squad list. And Alan says, Mo, is there any way back for Ronald Araujo, another bench star? I cannot say for sure that Araujo is on the bench because Flick wants him on the bench. Of course, this could be very much a possibility. We've seen how Araujo has struggled. But it could also be for the same reason that Rafinha's on the bench, right? That he just came back from South America. He played 90 minutes against, who was their second match? Against Chile, I think. So that could be the reason too. Remember, coming back from South America is not the same as, like, let's say the Spanish team who went to Bulgaria and Turkey, right? Those are short flights. Going to, for example, Uruguay, all the way from Spain, we're talking about, I think it's an 11, 12-hour flight. And flights actually take a toll on the body, believe it or not, because you're like in this high pressurized airplane. Your body doesn't function the same way as when you're on Earth, right? So even though you're just sitting there, you're not doing anything. It's not like you're running on the plane. It actually affects your body. And plus, you land, there's a time difference, so it messes up with your whole sleep cycle. And sleep cycle is important. It's not just like, oh, you got to sleep, and no matter when you sleep, as long as you sleep. No, because your body has a schedule of when it releases certain hormones, when it stops releasing those hormones, when it does this, when it does that. It's a schedule that your body is on when to perform certain biological functions. And when you go to another time zone, that gets altered. And the body's like, whoa, 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 what is going on? I thought it was morning. Why is it night? Or back, vice versa. So the whole schedule, the biological functions of your body get all messed up. So traveling across continent has a much bigger toll than, let's say, the Spanish players who went to Turkey or went to Bulgaria, or Kunde who went to, who did France play against? Ukraine, but I think they played in Poland. So it's, South American players get a bigger toll when they go on international breaks. So that could be it too. Arna says, I don't know what that says. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Beanie Man says, no, Mo, I was referring to the goalkeeper, but yeah, Eric also is very good. Oh, you were talking about Juan Garcia. Yes, Juan Garcia, very impressive pass as well. I've been very impressed about his passing abilities. Oh, Marc Casado tried to pass it to Rashford, but completely misses him. Oh, man. But yeah, I agree. I agree. Man, Rashford is, I see Rashford like he's determined to make an impression today. So is Fermin. I really like it. Rooney's been a little bit quieter, but I'm sure we'll see him. He has taken a couple of shots, but I'm sure we'll see him, open up a little bit more. But let me know, guys, what do you think the substitutions will be for the second half? Do you think Rooney will finish the match, or do you think someone will sub him? Because technically we could bring in Lewy for Ferran. Ferran could drop to the right. Rooney go out. Rafinha come in for Rashford. Those are options. So let me know, who do you think Flick will be? Will substitute? What substitutions will he make? Let me know your thoughts. The Funny Kid says, "Who is the best Barcelona in your opinion?" As far as teams, obviously Pep's Barca was just another level. Oh, Rashford making a drive into the box, opens it up to the left to Fermin. Fermin across, terrible cross. It goes out of bounds. Come on, Fermin, you can do better, bro. The Jeff says Rashford is so bad. I disagree. Leonard says, where to watch this for free? I don't know. I always make sure to pay a subscription because, that's one way to support the team, by paying subscription. Because remember, teams get a cut of the TV rights, right? The money that La Liga makes from TV rights, they distribute that amongst the teams. So the more piracy there's out there, the more people watching free streams, the less money La Liga makes. The less money La Liga makes, the less money Barcelona makes. So I always make sure to pay. In the US and Canada, it's ESPN Plus. As far as the rest of the world, I don't know where they stream it legally. Let's put it that way. As far as free streaming, I don't know. I've never done that. Edward says Valencia is 5-4-1 in a defensive third. I'm surprised at the penetration Barca has had. Yeah, mostly Barca's had good penetrations whenever they've had runs. Like whenever Rashford has driven the ball, he's been able to penetrate. Same on the other side when Kunde he's made a couple of runs, they've been able to penetrate that line. But to be fair, also I'm not going to take away from what the team is doing because so far they've had a good success making it to the box. Also, we're talking about Valencia, who are a pretty terrible team. But let's see. Street Fighter says we look so fault. I'm thinking you meant flat. Ronaldo says, I don't know if my YouTube says Saudi Arabia, but I'm actually in LA. Cheers, though. Saudi Arabia. Oh, no. You didn't get the joke. I was talking about CR7. Now, I was pretending you are CR7 and that you had joined my live stream. That's why I said all the way from Saudi Arabia. But no. Your YouTube does not show that you're in Saudi Arabia. Don't worry. Tandeka says, Pedri is such a player. Oh! Fermin Lopez on the left. Fermin Lopez shoots. Goal! Goal! Let's fucking go! Yo, that shot from Fermin Lopez. Almost no angle whatsoever. How the hell did he put that in that corner? I have no idea. But beautiful goal by Fermin Lopez to put Barcelona up. Barcelona 1, Valencia 0. I'm telling you, man, Fermin, not Pedri, is going all out this match. You can see him. He is determined on keeping that starting position on the lineup. He's been all over the field. He's been attacking from the right, the left, the middle, and now with the goal. It all starts in the back line. Beautiful pass by Cubarsí. Leaves Fermin Lopez by himself, and then Fermin puts it beautifully at the far post, bottom left corner. Great shot by Fermin Lopez. Great pass by Cubarsí. What an assist, man. That assist broke all of Valencia's lines. It went past their attacking line, midfield line, defensive line. He broke all the lines with that pass, leaving Fermin Lopez by himself, hand-to-hand with the goalkeeper. And still, that was still a very difficult shot because his angle was pretty bad. I mean, he was running out of space. That angle was closing down, and yet Fermin Lopez puts a beautiful shot, twists his body a little bit, opens his hips a little bit to the right, and then bam, puts it right into the right corner. I mean, this was surgical precision. I mean, this was not a strong, fast shot. This was surgical precision. He passed the ball to that bottom right corner. Beautiful goal by Fermin Lopez. Barcelona 1, Valencia 0. And let's go for more. Let's see what everyone's saying. Manuel says so many shots on target, yet our XG isn't over 1. We're not being clinical. Okay. XG, what I suggest is, as far as XGs, you're going to open a browser, a tab on your browser. You're going to type in Amazon.com. Once Amazon opens up in a search bar, you're going to type in hefty trash bags. Okay? They're really good bags. You're going to add it to your cart. You're going to check out. You're going to wait. Hopefully you have Prime, and hopefully your hefty bags will arrive in maybe 2 days. If you have Prime, maybe tomorrow, right? Once the package comes in, you're going to go outside. You're going to bring the box in. You're going to open it. Inside there's going to be the hefty bags box. You're going to take that box out. You're going to open that box. You're going to take out a hefty bag. You're going to open it. You got to shake it, right? So it goes wide. You got to grab the XG statistics. You're going to throw it in that bag, okay? You're going to seal it. Make sure you seal it. You don't want that thing to come out. Then you're going to go out of your house. You're going to walk to the closest dumpster. You're going to throw that bag in there, okay? Because XG statistics are the biggest garbage and the biggest trash ever made up in football. What the fuck is an expected goal? Oh, my expected goal is 1 million. Cool. How many did you score? 0. Who gives a fuck? So XG is the biggest trash that they ever invented in the sport of football. I mean, this was just bored statisticians who have nothing to do and were like, goals, assists, plays, pass completed, accuracy. That's not enough. Let's invent a new statistics that means absolutely fucking nothing. We're going to call it XG. Ooh, sounds very fancy. So it's absolute garbage. Don't listen to it. Don't waste your time with it. And just throw it away. Make sure it's in a hefty bag because they smell good. You don't want your trash smelling bad. So definitely throw it away. Alan says, you called him Mo. Fermin has been out best so far. Absolutely, man. Fermin is on fire. I mean, this guy is motoring. He's all over the field, man. He's attacking from the right, from the left, from the middle. He's coming back down, tracking back, helping with the defense, running back up again. He's making passes. He's making crosses. He's taking shots. I mean, Fermin is on it. Oh, here we go. Kunde. There he goes. Fermin in the middle now. Opens it up to, is that Gerard? Yeah, Gerard to Ferran. Ferran trips on the ball by himself. Man, Ferran is so clumsy, bro. He drives me crazy. Ferran to Pedri. I mean, Casado to Pedri. Pedri to Rashford. Rashford to Pedri. Valencia have withdrawn their lines a little bit. They're closing down on the space a little bit. Ryan says, did you see that assist? Absolutely, man. That assist was beautiful. Now, to be fair, there was a Valencia defender that the ball passed next to him who could have intercepted, but nonetheless, magisterial assist. Let's see. Edward says, I never asked Mo, what were your views on Antoine Griezmann? Grisou. I thought he just joined wrong team at the wrong time with the wrong manager. Are you talking about Grisou when he joined Atletico Madrid or Grisou when he joined Barcelona? Or maybe both? Let me know, and I'll go back to your comment. And Ronaldo says, oh, damn, that's actually hilarious. I can't believe that went right over my head. Yeah, it's all good. It was a dumb joke. But where in LA are you at? Oh, Fermin Lopez with the long pass to Ferran. Beautiful pass by Fermin. Ferran Torres is going to lose it. Of course he does, because Ferran Torres is trash. I'm sorry to say it. Yes, he was a super sub. And yes, I'm sure he could continue to be a super sub. But when he starts, Ferran Torres is trash. I'm sorry, but he is. Oh, yeah. Ronaldo, tell me, where in LA are you? I'm from Vegas. I'm from the West Coast. So I used to go, obviously, to LA all the time, to SoCal, Orange County. Sometimes to San Diego, but it was a little bit too far of a drive. Let me know where in LA you're at. I love LA. I love California. So let me know. M4 says Ferran touched it. Are you talking about the goal? Or what are we talking about? Ooh, great corner kick. Eddie Garcia was there to head it, but the Valencia goalkeeper took it. Mathematics says, I agree. What do you agree about? About the XG? Yeah, that shit drives me nuts. And it drives me nuts because Shabby used to bring it up all the time, too. They used to drive me, he's like, well, the chat says, blah, blah, blah. Look at what was that statistics provider that he used to always mention? Well, according to the stats, we did better. Yeah, but we lost. So who gives a shit whether the stats say that you did better or you did worse? Like when coaches try to justify their shitty performance by look at our XG. Yeah, and I expected to be a billionaire by the age of 30. Guess what? It didn't happen. I'm not a billionaire. But anyways, Samdeka says Ferran makes me hold my breath sometimes. Yeah, no kidding, man. My God, my God. I mean, he's so clumsy, man. He's so clumsy. He puts out good shots. I'll tell you. I give him that. He puts out good shots. But if you expect him to like maybe run with the ball a little bit, just a couple of steps, it becomes like oof, stuff, stuff. But anyways, I hope he scores. I hope he scores. I hope he scores. I'm not as clumsy as he is, and as much grief as he gives me. I hope he scores. I really do because of course, if he scores, we score, and that's what's important. Um, Let me see. Actually, Al Nasser are playing right now. So Ronaldo, what are you doing here, bro? You're supposed to be playing. I see Mane just scored a goal. They're winning 1-0 against Al Khulud, whoever that team is. But let's see. How's my timer? Is my timer synced with the match? I think it is. Let's go. Let's see. Edward says when he joined Barca. Yeah, the problem is that Rizou was much better. He plays much better, kind of like as a free player. Someone that gets the freedom to just move around. You know, if you want, he can go from the right, the left, the middle. He gets a lot of freedom, and that's what makes him a good player. But we already had Messi who could do that. So Grisou was instead relegated to the wing, which is not really his position, right? Grisou does best when he's a floater, and that wasn't the case. So he's playing out of position. So yeah. Oh, great pass by Pedri to Rashford. Rashford slips inside the box, loses the ball, and Valencia recovers it. Tandeka says Ferran makes me. Oh wait, I had already read that. Ronaldo says in the San Fernando Valley. All right, let's go. Oh, Rashford with the attack. He's in the box. Rashford drives, but the Valencia defender is able to slide and kick the ball out to the corner. Rashford is making a lot of those runs into the box, but he needs to finalize better. He's not getting that final touch, whether it be a pass or a shot. But he's being successful in making the runs into the box. He just needs to finish those runs. Edison says, what do you think about Rooney? So far, it's been a little bit quiet. We haven't seen a lot from him. He had one good shot from outside the box, but so far he hasn't had a lot of protagonism. A lot of the balls have been coming mostly through the middle and through the left. Rooney hasn't had a lot of action. Oh, Fermin, another corner kick. Rashford had taken the corner kick. Ferran tried to do a fancy heel pass, ends up bouncing off the Valencia defender, lands to Fermin. Fermin tries the pass, but it bounces off a Valencia defender. We got another corner kick, and Rashford is going to take the corner kick again. Let's see. All right, Rashford puts the ball in the box, but it's headed away by the Valencia defense. Fermin puts a cross into the box, again headed away, lands to Casado. Casado takes the shot, but the shot goes over goal. That was a great intention by Casado. I think that was the right decision. Everybody was in the box, all the Valencia defenders, all the Barcelona players. Casado was by himself, takes the kick. Oh, it actually gets headed out. I thought he had just missed. Right call by Casado, but it gets headed out by Valencia. Rooney takes the corner kick real quick to the edge of the box where Pedri is. Pedri opens it up to the left to Rashford. Rashford puts in a cross into Fermin. Fermin. Oh, Fermin almost loses it. Pedri recovers it. Pedri puts it to Eddie Garcia, but the pass is a little bit too long. And it goes out of bounds. Let's see. Smell says, the haters said we need Yamal to win. Where are they now? Chill, my friend. Chill. I'm not saying that, yes, I agree with them that we need Lamine Yamal to win. We don't. But chill. It's only 40th minute. Oh, speaking of Lamine, they're showing him right now. He's in the stands. Looks like he's with two of his friends. Ronaldo says, "No, man, I got named after R9, so if anything, I'm eating good during my retirement." Yeah, man, please don't, don't repeat what R9 did. Definitely don't get his haircut, and definitely don't follow his diet because, oof. Mamma mia. Edison says, "Seems like they don't trust him though. He is not getting many balls." Yeah, Rooney's not getting many balls. I don't know if it's a trust issue. I think it's just a lot of the attacks have been coming from the left and from the middle. Um, I mean, even Kunde hasn't participated a lot, right? Because there hasn't been a lot of attacks from the right. And speaking of Kunde, Juan Garcia just put a beautiful pass to him right now. Garcia to Casado. By the way, I've been liking what Casado's been doing. Uh, Casado's been very active in the midfield, very active with his quick passes. I mean, oh, Ferran. Who the hell was that to Ferran? Can we get Ferran out of there, please? My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, there's my cousin, Javi Guerra. He's not really my cousin, but he has the same last name as my mother, Guerra. So I always say he's my cousin, but he's not. Shin says, I'm guessing those are the Pedri emojis. By the way, I gotta update the emojis. I'll promise to do it this week. Oh, Inigo Martinez just scored a goal, guys. Inigo Martinez just scored Al Nassr second goal. By the way, I don't know why I get Al Nassr notifications on my cell phone. I have never watched a single Al Nassr match. I have never followed anything regarding Al Nassr, not their page, not their Twitter, not their Instagram. I think it's because Inigo, because I've always like, Inigo this, Inigo that on my Google. So ever since he joined them, I've been getting notification about Al Nassr on my phone. But I just got a notification. Inigo Martinez just scored Al Nassr's second goal. So that's pretty awesome. Not because I care about Al Nassr, but because I care about Inigo Martinez. So Inigo, if you're watching, please come back, bro. I miss you. Oh, anyways, going back to Shin's, I'm guessing that's the emoji. I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm gonna see if that truly is the emoji. By the way, I gotta update the emojis. Yeah, it is. It is. My software doesn't show it, but it's right there. Wait, it's so hard to do this. I feel like I'm drunk, but I'm not. There it is. It's Pedri's goal celebration with the vernaculars. But I'm gonna update those emojis. I'm gonna add more players. The way you can, if you're wondering how is Shin putting those emojis up, it's what's called. It's oh wait, I just accidentally opened my live. The way you do is becoming a member. Members have their special emojis. I gotta update them. I haven't updated them in 2 seasons, but I will be updating the emojis. I'll be adding more players, more celebrations. So do not worry, my friends. You will have more emojis. The Jeff says Flick is really performing miracles with the squad when you have players like Ferran. Yeah, he really is. I mean, Ferran went from a guy who you wanted to not even sell. You wanted to give it away. Like you wanted to just put him in a basket, go to your nearest firefighter department, knock on the door, leave the basket there and run. You went from that to freaking how many goals he put out last season? 19, 17 with like 12 assists or something crazy. And then even Rafinha, I mean, Rafinha's first 2 seasons were abysmal. Abysmal. People, you're like, oh, he scored 8 goals. I'm like, okay. And last season, I mean, he became Coutinho. He wasn't Rafinha. He became Coutinho. I mean, yeah, Flick really has performed miracles. Shin says, bro, I made 2 comments. Your software didn't even pick up. I was watching it scroll, just FYI. Really? Let me see. Up, up, up. I've read your other comments. I saw this one about. Oh, wait, no. I did not read this one. My bad. Shin says it's not at all pertinent to the match or anything of any importance, but Kunde having his kit tucked in and waistband pulled up so high really driving me nuts. So you know what? When I played football or soccer here in the U.S. In high school, our coach used to force us to tuck in our kits into our shorts. And even though we hated them because, you're a teenager, you're cool, right? I'm too cool to tuck in my kit. What do you mean I got to tuck it? That's what nerd guys do, right? Nerdy guys do. But our coach used to always force us to do it because he said, if a player pulls your shirt, it's gonna come out. And if it comes out, it'll be much easier for the ref to tell that the guy, because some players try to pull your shirt sneakily, right? They like if you are on the right, they go to your left and they pull it like this, right? Like where it's not too visible. But if your kit is tucked in and they pull it and the kit comes out, then it's easier for the ref to recognize that the other player pulled your shirt. So he used to always force us. But anyways, that's a completely separate anecdote. I'm not saying this is why Kundi's doing it. I'm just saying it reminds me when I played football or soccer in high school. Oh, great interception by Kouarsi. Let me see. And another comment. I think the other comment I read it, Shin. It was this one, right? The 2 matches in a row about Barcelona missing so many chances. But yeah, I had already read that one. And Info says, Mo, Ferran assisted the goal. I think he touched on him. That doesn't, even if it counts statistically wise as an assist, it's not really an assist. Okay, if a ball bounces off me, I did not assist that goal. It just happened to bounce off me, and I happened to get lucky. I think we gotta be a little bit more reasonable about assists. That's why I always say statistics is not all. Um, because even statistics don't explain things. For example, even goals are not equal. Right? Goals are not equal. Assists are not equal. But on paper, they seem like it, right? Imagine two players, right? One grabs the ball in the middle of the field, takes on five different guys, ba 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 ba, scores a goal. Beautiful. It takes a lot of skill and talent to do that. That on paper, you have a goal. Now another guy, he's just standing in front of goal. He gets across. His teammate grabs the ball, dribbles five people, and makes the pass to him, and all he does is push it in. Are those goals equal? No. One guy had to dribble half the team to score. The other guy just stood there and pushed the ball in once he got the pass. But on paper, each player has a goal. On paper, they're equal, but they're not, right? And that's kind of like with the debate between Messi and Ronaldo, right? People are like, oh, Ronaldo has more goals. And it's like, yeah, cool. But most of them are either penalties or him pushing the ball in front of the net versus Messi has goals where he's literally dribbled the half of the team and scored. So is it really an assist by Ferran? No. Even if it counts on paper, I mean, you got to tell me Ferran's having a great game because on paper he has an assist? No. Alan says, Bo, a Sophie's choice question. You can only keep one, Gabi or Fermin. That's a tough question, but I will pick Gabi. I will pick Gabi because Gabi, fuck, it's really tough, but I feel like Gabi is a little bit more technically able than Fermin. They both give you that defensive and offensive attributes. Even though Fermin's a little more offensive, Gabi's a little bit more defensive, but they both give you both attributes. They can both attack and defend. They can both build and disrupt, and they both give their hearts out. But I think Gabi's a little bit more technically able, but just by a little. So, yeah, if I had to choose, it'd be Gabi. But yeah, it'd be a very tough choice. Obviously, you want both. But yeah, if I had to, it'd be Gabi. King says, no, Mo, that was a first time pass. What was a first time pass? Shin says, thanks for finding them and reading them. It wasn't about that. I just wanted to make sure your software wasn't acting up on you. No, what happens is a lot of times when a lot of comments come in all at once, the scroll goes and I'll miss some comments because they shoot up. Because it's a very tiny window. I'm not reading the window that's on the screen that you see on the screen. I have a separate window that shows me directly the comments as they come in live. And a lot of times they come in all at once and it goes and it just pushes it up and I just can't see what happened. Kang says, if you play football, you should know that. Kouarsi passed to Ferran and he played it first time. Very obvious space on body position. Okay. I guess I've never played football, guys. That's it. I've been caught. The Jeff says, we really need to sell Ferran at the end of the season. We are pushing our luck. Uh, I just don't see him leaving. I don't see him leaving because, Barcelona have tried to sell him pretty much every summer except this past one. After having really. Oh, someone said your live score is still running. Thank you, my friend. I had completely forgot about my scoreboard. All right, let's see. Let's pause this. Let's go to second half. And we're going to reset that. Wait, how does that look now? Okay, it starts at the 45th minute. Okay. Um, Barcelona have tried to sell Ferran Torres every summer, except this past one because he had a really good season. And every summer he's like, no, I'm not leaving, I'm not leaving, I'm not leaving. So I don't see him leaving. Plus, I don't see Flick wanting to get rid of him because he is a great option off the bench. Don't get me wrong. I think Ferran's a great sub. I just when he starts, he just doesn't do anything. I think it's because it has to do with Ferran always being able to. Ferran can give you great 20, 30 minutes. So when you start him and he plays 90 or 70, he's still going to give you a good 20, 30 minutes. But if he plays a full 90, that means 60 minutes he's going to be crap. Right? So that's why he's just better off the bench. Oh, we're watching the replays. Man, Rashford really flew that one, but Ferran made that run at the beginning of the match, and then he sent it out flying. Corner kick from Rooney, and that was the one that Kunde kicked. Well, it was actually more Fulquier than Kunde, and then the goalkeeper ends up blocking it. That here's, oh man, I can't believe Ferran missed that. Pedri pass to Fermin to Ferran, and then Ferran just by himself, man, 1v1 against the goalkeeper and just misses it. Oh, there it is. Oof. That pass by Kouarsi. Okay, I see what you mean when Ferran opens up his leg and it comes off his leg into Fermin Lopez. That was a great play, man. That's how you penetrate defenses. Quick passing, man. Just bam, bam, bam. And then that angle, man. That angle was just closing down on Fermin Lopez. Like how he was able to get that. It's very tough. That's a very, very tough shot. Let's see. Alexis says, let's go for round one assist and good link up play. And she says, I think remember seeing that window you're talking about back when you had me on. I forgot about that. Oh, I didn't know you could see it too when you're a guest. That's interesting. Brian Guzman says, hey, what's up, Mo? I appreciate your dedication to bringing us the news. I have a controversial take. I'd rather have Fermin Lopez and Dani Olmo starting. I can't believe they wanted to sell him. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think it's controversial. I think there's plenty of people who would agree with you that Fermin should start ahead of Olmo. Now, Olmo is more talented than Fermin. I think that's clear. I think Olmo just is a lot more technical. It's much better in tight spaces. So skill-wise, Olmo's more skilled, more talented than Fermin. But performance-wise, Fermin performs a lot better because Olmo, not only is he injury-prone, so he misses a lot of matches due to injury, but even when he is healthy, Olmo's inconsistent. When Olmo has a good match, he has a great match. Like he is top-notch. He's the kind of midfielder that any team would love to have. But that's not every match that he plays. There's a lot of matches where Olmo just disappears. So he's inconsistent. Fermin Lopez is a lot more consistent. He's not as injury prone, right? So he stays healthy for more matches, so he can play more matches. And when and when they're both healthy, Fermin Lopez will give you good performances over a bigger number of matches than Olmo. Now, when Olmo have a great performance, his great performance is better than Fermin's great performance. But Fermin Lopez will give you a great performance over more matches, versus Olmo, who only gives you a few matches of great performances. So, is Olmo more talented? Yes. But Fermin performs much better than Olmo, and that's why Fermin, in my opinion, should start over Olmo. So I don't think it's controversial. I think a lot of people would agree with you because, in football, it's not just about who's more talented. In football, it's also about who performs better, right? I always use the same example, and I'll use it again. Joao Felix, incredibly talented player. Could have been one of the best ever. Well, maybe not ever, but one of the best in our generation. Where is he? He's in Saudi Arabia. Why? Because he just couldn't perform. So skill is one thing, performance is another, and you need both, right, to be a good player. So Olmo, yeah, he is more talented than Fermin, but Fermin performs much better. He's a lot more consistent. He's healthy for longer periods of time. So, El Chapo Verde says, talk about panic at the Camp Nou. Wait, what happened at the Camp Nou? Bika says, Rashford looks disconnected. Rashford seems to not be able to finalize his plays. He's made some really good runs into the box, but he doesn't seem to be able to finalize it, whether through pass, cross, shot. He did have one shot at the beginning of the match, like at the 30 minute that he sent flying, but looks like he's. I don't know if it's the pressure weighing in on him of wanting to impress or what, but yeah, he's not finding his stride. Let's put it that way. Alexis says, just saying, Ferran has scored or assisted in 3 out of the 4 games, most productive forward this season. Does he put up numbers? Yes. Should he be starting? No, because like I said, Ferran gives you a good 20, 30 minutes of like really good football where he can score, assist. So if he comes off the bench at the 60th minute, every single minute he's going to give you from the 60th until the 90th is going to be great minutes, quality minutes. Let's put it that way, quality minutes, not great minutes, quality minutes. But if he plays the full 90 minutes and he gives you 30 quality minutes, the other 60 are going to be horrendous. Like here, yes, he gave us the assist, but for the rest of the 45 minutes, I mean, he was tripping on the ball by himself. He was losing balls. He was, it's just frustrating. Anchor says it's true to feel that Gavi's technically better, but Fermin has been breaking his boundaries since debuted under Xavi. Potential has been increasing, and he repeatedly overperformed expectations. Yeah, I mean, look, either one, right? And that's why it's a tough decision because I would prefer Gavi, but if you told me, oh, it's Fermin, I'm not gonna be like, oh, what are you talking about? You're crazy. You don't know anything about football. You've never played football. People love using that one. You've never played football. Oh no, shit. If you say I haven't, that means I have never have. Um, you know, Either one would be great. Obviously, it's amazing that we have both. But if you tell me we're only keeping Gavi, I'd be like, great. If you tell me we're only keeping Ferbi, I'd be great. If you tell me we keep it both, double great, right? So they're both great players, and we're lucky to have both, right? We're lucky that we don't have that we only have to talk about this hypothetically, right? We don't actually have to talk about it for real. We're lucky, we're blessed. Jeff says, I've been the biggest almost supporter, but from the second half of last season, he's made me regret why we spent precious money on him, 60 million. Yeah, that was a waste of money, honestly. We did not need him. Our midfield was stacked, and yet we signed him, and then, he's mostly injured, and when he is healthy, he's inconsistent. Again, when he has a good match, it's amazing. He's great. He's one of the best midfielders in Europe. But that happens like once out of every 10 matches. So is that really worth 60 million to have a great performance once every 10 matches? No, it's not. If you're going to spend 60 million, this player better give you 7 great matches out of 10. Obviously not 10 out of 10. That's impossible. Not even Messi can give you 10 out of 10 matches. So at least 7 out of 10. Olmo gives you 1, 2 out of 10 great matches, and that's just not worth 60 million. Bocamoso says, I hope we see Bernal. I hope so too. I think we just need a little bit more goals. I think Flake is probably going to want to bring him towards the end if the match is like, tucked away. So I think if Barcelona can put up another 2 and it's 3-0, 80th minute, 85th minute, I think we'll see Bernal, and I'm excited. I'm excited that he's healthy. Hopefully he can, slowly be reincorporated, get back in the competitive rhythm because we only saw him for like 2, 3 official matches last season, and those 2, 3 official matches were amazing. So I can't wait to see what he has in store. And he's grown a lot physically during his injury. Barcelona put him on a special plan, physical plan, obviously not just to recover, but so he can grow. He becomes stronger, more muscular. Because a lot of these players, when they make the jump from the reserve team to first division, all of a sudden they find themselves like, oh crap, I can't keep up, right? Because these players in first division, they're a lot stronger. So they put him on a special plan. He's been under that plan the entire year. He was injured, so he's gained a lot of muscle, a lot of explosiveness. So he's gonna be even better than last season. Even though again, we only saw him 2, 3 matches. That's the same plan they're putting Dro under, so he can too become stronger and can keep up with first division. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Evgeny says Pedri is different, man. Absolutely. Pedri is out of this world, man. Out of this world. Edward says, I too want to say thank you, Mo, for this channel. Great job, man. Great job. But also, I don't want to tell you that you can find pirate-free streaming, but get some very good antivirus. Well, thank you, my friend, for watching. Yeah, I know there's plenty of options out there to watch free. I mean, you can even jailbreak your Fire Stick or whatever you're using to stream. And can I do that? Sure. Do I do it? No. Like I said, it's only like I think ESPN is like $10 a month. Um, you know, it's a small price to pay and contribute towards my team because remember the money that La Liga makes off these TV rights at the end of the season they distribute it on the teams. So the more pirated streams are out there, the less money La Liga makes. The less money La Liga makes, the less money Barcelona makes. So I mean, if I have to pay $10 a month out of pocket to support my team, I think it's a small price to pay. Alexi says, hopefully doesn't put Rafinha in the halftime. Rashford and Rooney need time to gel. Yeah, you know what? I would not mind Rafinha resting. He just played 2 matches with Brazil. Sure, the second match he came on as a sub, but it was in Bolivia, very high altitude. It's a very long flight to South America and back, and adjusting to the time zone. Let the guy rest. It's I don't think we need him unless all of a sudden the match Valencia puts up 2 goals, and then all of a sudden we need heavy artillery up there. I think it's best if we just rest him and save him for Thursday, or he might bring him on the last 20-30 minutes just so he can get into stay in rhythm because Thursday, of course, we do have the Champions League, and obviously Thursday Coutinho is going to be starting, but I wouldn't mind if he rested. Anchor says Fermin's bad match does not harm the team, but almost bad game costs his matches. Example, Inter, Dani almost sabotages the team through his inconsistency. Oh my God, I'm falling behind on the comments. The Jeff says not finalizing, not finalizing. Can't even speak. Not finalizing his play is the story of Rashford's career. I live in England and I watch the Premier League. Oh, awesome! Where in England do you live, my friend? I'm very curious. Oh, Coutinho's coming in. We were just talking about Coutinho. I just saw him. He's wearing the armband. I see Rashford on the field, so my guess is what? It's Rooney's gonna come out. Maybe. Unless Ferran comes out and then Rashford drops to the center forward and Coutinho plays on the left. But I just saw Coutinho with the armband. Yep, there he is. Coutinho is on the field with the captain's arm. Oh, it's Rooney. Rooney's coming out. I wonder if Rafinha's gonna play in the right in the place of Rooney, or Rafinha's gonna go to the left. Rashford drop to the middle as a center forward, and Ferran drop to the right. I'm curious. I'm curious to see. Let me know your thoughts before the match begins and before we actually see, what the answer is. Edward says, not you, but the guy who asked about watching the game for free. The streaming is for less than $12. That's not bad. Edison says, why do people think you have something against Ferran? Because some people are just not equipped to handle different opinions. Their brain just short circuits. It's like, oh, he doesn't think like me. Something must be wrong. Mo hates Ferran. It's like, I don't hate him. Just my opinion. You like him? Great. I don't. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. I could say the same thing, right? I could be like, oh, something's wrong with you. You must love Ferran. No, I just accept that you like Ferran. And I don't. That's it. Noel says, who do you think Rafa's going to replace on the second half? So we already got the answer. He's replaced Rooney. Evgeny says, glad you're seeing the bigger picture. Just goal assist Ferran is productive and great sub, but imagine if it was Haaland, Alvarez, or even 29-year-old Lewa. Oof. Can you imagine 29-year-old Lewa at Barcelona? Ooh. Ooh. I mean, even at 36 last season, he put up 42 goals. Can you imagine 29-year-old Lewy? Can you imagine 29-year-old Lewy with the what's called with Messi assisting him? Can you imagine? That would have been nuts. All right, let's see. We're about to get match is about to start. Here we go. Whistle just blew. It's official. The first half just kicked off. Barcelona 1, Valencia 0, and not Jin. I guess I'm craving some. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Offsides. That was a great pass by Ferran to Rashford. Rashford made the run, but I guess it was Ferran who was offside because it didn't look like Rashford was. Plus, the referee blew the whistle before Rashford got. Let me see. Yeah, Ferran was offside. Okay, so Ferran is. So Rafinha's playing on the right. It looks like Rafinha for Rooney, and Rafinha is going to play on the right. Rashford has stayed on the left, and Ferran has stayed as our number 9. And says Ale Moreno just brought up XG on ESPN, F my life. I swear it was invented just so someone could say that they did it and absolutely nobody cares except for moronic pundits like him. Yeah. XG, I think, is the dumbest thing to be ever made up. It's like, what the fuck is an expected goal? You either score the goal or you don't. Oh, three expected goals. Cool. How many did you score? Zero. Oh, but I had three expected goals. Yeah, I expected to win, but I didn't. So it's like, what the fuck is the point? Says, un Fermin Imperial. Amen, my friend. Alan says you have to choose our next manager, Quique Setién or Luis de la Fuente. No, why would you do that to me? Oh my God, Setien or De La Fuente. I think I would go with De La Fuente. I think I would go De La Fuente only because he does have more experience managing stars. Setien. The reason Setien failed is because when he came to the locker room, he came to a toxic locker room, a locker room where players really. Oh wait, Rashford, Rashford on the left. Rashford gets away from Fulquier, but the ball gets too far from him. Oh man. So when Setien arrived in Barcelona, he arrived at a toxic locker room where the players, like the Messi and his close circle, they're the ones who set the rules. And Setien didn't know how to handle that. He was like, I don't know how to face up against these big heavyweights, these veterans, the old guard. And in Spanish, they call it las vacas sagradas, the holy cows. I don't know why they call it that in Spanish. And that's where he failed. But at least De La Fuente, we know he knows how to manage stars, Lamine and etc. All the other stars on the Spanish national team. So I guess I would pick Luis De La Fuente, but yeah. Why would you do that to me, man? Evgeny says, I think give Rashi the full 90 and sub Rafinha for Rooney. So you got your wish, my friend. That's exactly what has happened. Well, we don't know if Rashford's going to get the full 90 minutes, but Rooney has been subbed out and Rashford's still on the field. There goes Rashford. Makes a cross into the middle. Fermin to Ferran. Ferran! Bro, how? 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 How do you miss another easy chance? How? Great pass to Rashford. Rashford makes the run from the left, cross into the box. Fermin opens it up to Ferran. Ferran by himself. Again, 1v1 against the goalkeeper. And you guys want to tell me that I have something against Ferran? It's the second fucking chance he misses. Easy chances, man. 1v1 against the goalkeeper. My God. Young Braveheart says he won't be fully healthy until next year. Are you talking about Bernal or who we talking about? So says, I just saw a video of Adam Corel from our academy and can't wait to see him develop into a monster. Yeah, I've seen his videos. He looks promising. But he's very young, so we still have to see. There's a lot of kids are really good at that age, but then, they plateau. Hopefully that's not the case. He does look promising. I love his big curly hair. Hopefully, yeah, he can, he can become our next Lamine. The Jeff says, let's not expect the best of Bernal now after having an ACL. The body muscles have a tad different. Or all movements we saw it with Gabi, now I see it with Rodri at Man City. Yeah, absolutely. It took Gabi a long time. Bernal, he's probably not going to be getting consistent minutes until the second half of the season. And we're probably not going to be seeing like a magisterial Bernal until next season. Oh, Fermin to Rashford. Rashford cuts in the middle. But the defender is there. Rashford's being active this first half of the season. I mean, beginning of second half. What am I saying? Evgeny says he is in. I'm guessing you're talking about Coutinho. It just says, I live in London. London? That's awesome, man. Cesar. By the way, the Jeff, I'm thinking about going to London for the Chelsea match in the Champions League. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking about it. I think it would be really, really cool. Cesar says Daniel Rodriguez is better than Rooney. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying I don't know. Mathemati says, is Louis injured? No, he's just on the bench. He's chilling. He's eating pierogi. You don't know what pierogi is? It's a Polish dish with potatoes and meat. It's delicious. If you know how to make pierogi, let me know. Send me some. Evgeny says, I see offsides are being called instead of letting them go, and I love it when it is clear why risk players' health. I agree. I think if it's like super obvious, just call it, right? There's no need to keep the play going and players running and wasting energy. So I like that too. Jose Fernandez says, hey, Mo, just got here. Nice haircut. High and tight. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Shin says, bro, I called it yesterday. Rafinha on the right, Rashford on the left. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, oh, oh. Pedri was fighting for it. Mantamanti says, holy cows. Yeah, they call them las vacas sagradas, the holy cows. I don't know why they call them that. And that's, of course, it was like Messi, Suarez, Busquets, Piqué. It was the tight circle that ran the locker room for so many years. People forget that. People forget that. Like, Messi is our greatest player ever and the greatest player in history of football. But there was time where Messi was a little toxic. Was a little toxic in the locker room. But anyways, he's still everything that he did for the club. Obviously, is bigger than anything else. Jose Fernandez says, "Is Rashford improving and getting the hang of Flick's system? In your opinion?" I mean, this match I saw him more active, but again, it's too early to tell. Pedri opens it up to Kunde. Kunde opens it up to Gotinha. 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 Gotinha tried to dribble past two defenders. It's like, Gotinha, why, bro? Why? King says Fermin. And young Braveheart says wife. Huh? Wife? What about you? What about your wife? Uh, wow, bro. Is that what you meant? Not wife? King says Ferran. Yeah, man, Ferran. Oh, wait, Ferran has it. Ferran. Kicks it right at the goalkeeper's face. That poor goalkeeper. He was like, oh, Ferran. King City says, Rashi and Pedri link up looking good. Just need him to start score to get his confidence up. Amen. Shid says, in other news, just got a notification that Messi's 0405 rookie card just sold at an auction for $1.5 million. Most ever for a soccer football card. My bro just keeps setting records. $1.5 million. My God. Can I have a time machine and go back in time and buy that card so I can sell it for 1.5 and retire? My God. Do people really have that? Oh, Coutinho with the goal. Rashford with the cross into the box. The Valencia goalkeeper and the defender, they both fall asleep. And there was Coutinho to push it in for Barcelona's second goal. Barcelona 2, Valencia 0. Let's go. Coutinho, man. He just came onto the match. I was saying I wouldn't mind if he rested this match since he did play the international break. But I guess I was wrong because Coutinho immediately making an impact on this match. Let's watch the replay. Pedri, he opened it up to Gerard. Gerard to Rashford. Rashford sees Rafinha making the run, makes the cross into the box, and then Rafinha slides to push it in. Now, the Valencia defender, number 3, completely falls asleep, by the way. Total miscommunication between the Valencia defender and the goalkeeper. The defender sees the ball coming. He stops because he thinks the goalkeeper is going to come out to get it. The goalkeeper doesn't come out his line because he thinks his defender is going to get it. They both stand frozen, so the ball goes right past them. And Coutinho, all he has to do is slide in, makes the goal. Barcelona 2, Valencia 0. Let's go. Rashford with the assist. Yamidora says, hey, Mo, is Ferran really a shark? Sometimes. He's kind of like, Power Rangers when they go like, and they transform. That's Ferran. He's usually a sardine, and every now and then he transforms into a shark. Oh, Rashford driving. Oh, Rashford made a run into the box, but there were 3 defenders, and then he ends up getting tangled up with the ball. Valencia right now coming in the counterattack. And, that was Eddie Garcia, bro. He almost took out his leg. Chill, man. Evgeny says Ferran is a criminal. I don't know about a criminal, but wait, what was the foul? Oh, the foul was in the midfield. Fukir, looks like he knocks down Fermin. He's like, fuck you. Yomidara says, hit the like, guys. Yes, hit the like button. Let's go. Barcelona 2, Valencia 0. Evgeny says, mi capitan. Amen. Rafinha in Brazil. In Mo, it's Coutinho. Young Braveheart says gold. King City says Rapa. I don't know who Rapa is, but no, I know who he is. I'm just being an asshole. Oh! You guys saw that? Fermin Lopez with the banger from outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. I did not see that coming at all, one bit. That's what I wanted to say. I'm like completely speechless. Fermin Lopez from outside the box just puts in a banger. That was cold. This guy has ice running through his veins. I mean, that shot, I did not expect. I mean, I was just like reading comments, thinking nothing is going on in the field. I look up, and there is Casado to Fermin Lopez, makes the run, and bang. Look at that. Not even the goalkeeper expected it. And the way that ball gains altitude, watch that. It goes parallel to the ground, very close to the ground, keeps going, and then whoo, just takes flight like an airplane. It doesn't touch Ferran, doesn't touch anyone. And then goalkeeper not expecting it. He dives too late. He gets a hand on it, but by then it's way too late, and the ball just goes in. I mean, nobody expected that shot. I mean, Barcelona were barely starting the build-up, you know. Casado had gotten the ball in the middle of the field, makes the pass to Fermin. Fermin takes a few steps and then says, F it, I'm just going to take a shot. Takes a shot and puts Barcelona up 3-0 against Valencia. A double by Fermin Lopez with Coutinho scoring the other goal. Wow. Wow. Fermin Lopez is making a statement, ladies and gentlemen. And the statement is, Mr. Flick, I should be the starter in this position. What a match. What a goal by Fermin Lopez. As Suf says, don't spoiler the goal. Some people's streams are behind, not mine. I'm sorry, my friend. I have to announce it. I mean, it's a watch a lot. What do you want me to say? Like, just stay quiet. Be like tennis, like tennis. I got to announce it, man. We got some passion. It's football. King City says, what a ball from Rashi. Like Mathematics says, Ferran is a guppy. What's a guppy? Am I getting old? Am I not keeping what's called? Am I not staying with the trends, with the words? Again, he says Gerard Maldini has been solid so far. Yeah, Gerard Maldini he gives you, he's not like a wow defender, you know. Gerard is not the defender that you're like, oh my God, what a guy. Oof. He like gives me a heart out when I see him play. He's not that guy, right? But he's also not trash. I mean, he does his job and that's it, right? He fulfills his duty. He does his job and you're happy with it. Are you like absolutely wild? No, but you're also not disappointed. Like, he's a solid sub. You know, he gives you what the team needs and that's it. King City FX says, what a goal. Amen, my friend. Evgeny says, bro, why is he Spanish? Kevin De Bruyne. Are you talking about, wait, who are you talking about? You talking about Pedri? You talking about Fermin? Young Braveheart says, goal again, baby, Fermin. King says Fermin. Ryan with the ice cold emojis. King City says, Lopez is crazy. Absolutely. Edward says, Fermin. Manta is Fermin, Ballon d'Or. All right, let's chill, guys. Fermin is amazing, but I don't know about the Ballon d'Or. At least not yet. Who knows? Maybe in the future. Jose Fernandez says, Fermin belongs in Barca. Olmo could sit back and rest a bit more. I agree, man. And again, people said I was crazy. People said, nah, you just don't like Olmo. Which, by the way, I love it. People say that. Yeah, I don't like Olmo because, you know, I've met him and I don't like him. It's like, dude, no. Olmo was a waste of money, period. You cannot convince me otherwise. Not because Olmo's not good. He's very good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's trash. He's not. But why the fuck did we need to spend 60 million euros on Dani Olmo when we had Fermin? Someone explain that to me. Fermin, who cost us nothing. Someone explain that to me. But people said I was crazy, that I'm just an Olmo hater, blah, blah, blah. I think time has proven me right. But anyways, Shin says, bro, at this rate, it'll be 7-0 yet again, and then I really won't be able to wait for Valencia's coach comments this time. He's going to be like, it was the field. We didn't know what field we were going to play in. We thought it was the Camp Nou, but then he told us it was Stade Johan Cruyff. I'm sure that's what it was the referee. Ernest says, hello, did you get a haircut? I did like a couple of weeks ago. Is it fresh? Do you guys like it? Prasco says, Valencia's goalkeeper is so cheeks. I think the whole team is. All right, let's see. Yomi Dora says, word to Olmo, stay fit and fight. Fermin's performance seems more consistent compared to Olmo, though they both have bad days. Yeah, but I feel like Olmo has more bad days slash injured days than Fermin does. And that's why I'm saying, skill-wise, Olmo's more talented. I am not denying that. 100%. Olmo is more talented than Fermin. But Fermin is more consistent. Olmo is constantly injured, and when he's healthy, he is inconsistent. I mean, don't get me wrong. When Olmo puts out great performances, they are amazing. Way better than Fermin's great performances. But that only happens once every 10 matches. And spending 60 million euros on a player who's only going to perform 1 out of 10 matches, that to me is a waste of money. Ooh, there goes Fermin with the long pass to Rashford. Rashford by himself in the box. Rashford! Bro, Rashford makes the shot. I mean, he was offside anyway, but Fulquier was there to block it. Great pass by Fermin Lopez. Again, even though this was offside, Fermin Lopez from the middle of the field puts on a beautiful pass, and Rashford, was he offside? I don't know if he was. I mean, it doesn't matter because Rashford kicks it and it's cleared by Fulquier. Great clear by Fulquier, by the way, but an amazing pass by Fermin. As we're talking about how Olmo is not as consistent as Fermin is, despite being more talented, Fermin puts up this pass. I mean, it's offside, but that's not Fermin Lopez's fault. It's Rashford that, is standing offside, but my God, Fermin Lopez is having one hell of a match. Jose Fernandez says, I agree with Suf. Pause your stream if you are a few seconds ahead out of respect for the community. What's called? The reason you're probably behind is because when you get ads, the stream pauses for you, right? I keep talking. So you might hear what I'm saying right now in a few seconds, because when you get ads, the stream pauses for you, and then when the ad is over, it resumes right when you left off. So that's probably what's going on. Mantamante says guppy is a tiny aquarium fish, as a small aquarium fish. Okay, cool. I get to know. I guess I am getting old. I'm just not keeping up with the slang. Cornell, my man, what's up, bro? Says brace Fermin, stand up, and the cannon Bisca Barca. Here comes the wash. Amen, my friend. And there goes Fermin again. He's driving the ball from the middle. Opens it up to Gerard Maldini. Gerard Maldini to Rashford. Gerard Maldini gets fouled. Nobody cares about Gerard Maldini. Poor guy is on the floor, and the ref is like, screw you, bro. Suf says, I don't mean you, Mo, but in the comments, your stream is like 37 seconds behind mine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why. It's because, like I said, when you get an ad, your stream pauses. And then when the ad ends, the stream resumes where it paused. So eventually, with more and more ads, it's going to be like behind, right? Like right now, you're going to hear what I'm saying right now in probably like 30 seconds, right? I'm still live, but you're watching kind of like a replay, I guess. Evgeny says, Fermin, because of the banger, he is our Spanish KDB. Okay, I'll take that. Cosmic Motion says, Kunde is having a phenomenal game. You're having a phenomenal game. We are having a phenomenal game. Watching this, of course. We're not doing anything. Edison says, Fermin deserves to play 90. Amen. So says Jose, haha. Yeah, haha. And Fo says, what a banger with his weaker foot too. Richard says, what a goal. Shin says, Lewa warming up. Yeah, I saw him. He's warming up. I can't wait. Maybe Lewy can put up another goal. Alan says, 3 bad injuries for PSG today. Kvaratskhelia, Lee Kang, and Beraldo. All right, I like that. Well, I don't like that. I don't wish bad for players, but hey, if they're going to be injured for our match, I guess I'll take it. Evgeny says, this bum should be happy they have only 290 people to disappoint. Yeah, that's true. Yomi Dara says, Mo, good Fermin Olmo analysis. I agree. Thank you, my friend. King City says, I just need Rashid to score. Well, he almost did. Maybe it's coming, He's slowly knocking on a door, knocking. Eventually that door is going to open. Or at least I hope so. If not, oh, come on. They opened it up to Kunde, but it was behind him. Ernest says, the pitch looks very good. Is it synthetic? No, it's real grass. The pitch is really good. Or at least, as far as I remember, it was real grass. I don't think you can play in synthetic in first division. So I think if your field is synthetic and all of a sudden you're going to host a first division match, I think you have to rip it out and put in actual grass. So I don't think you're allowed to. But from when I went to watch the Femini and Barca Athletic, I remember it was real grass. Mantamantis says his goal for Rashford will do him good. Amen, amen. Oh, Coutinho with the box. Coutinho with the goal. Yo, this Valencia defense is they are softer than the freaking jello than a flan, and I love flans. But I mean, two Valencia defenders, they both are like looking at each other, see who's gonna get it, and then Rafinha wins it and just fires that shot. And now we have a brace from Fermin and a brace from Coutinho. Barcelona 4, Valencia 0. And it looks like we might be able to see Bernal because I think this match is over. I mean, 4-0. It might be a good match to put in some of the bench players onto the field. Maybe Joffre, maybe Tony Fernandez. I know Dro is not available. Maybe Bernal, but we'll see. Let's see. Casado with the cross to Rafinha, and look at that. There's three Valencia defenders. They all fall asleep. That actually could have been a penalty kick because that definitely touched. Is it Gaya? It definitely touches his arm. He tries to bring it down with his arm, falls onto the ground, and then Rafinha is there to just kick that ball in for Barcelona's 4-0. Rashford off the field. Oh, and we have Olmo. Interesting. Let's see what Olmo can do. Fermin Lopez just said, hey, bro, I'm here with a brace. What do you got? And Lewy also coming in. Who did Lewy come in for? I didn't see. Was it for Ferran? I know Olmo came in for Rashford, but I don't see if Ferran. Let's see. Evgeny says, mi capitan. Cornell says, Rafinha. I don't know who Rafinha is. It's Coutinho, sir. Get it together. Okay, so they're showing the substitutions. Rashford for Olmo and Lewy for Ferran. Okay, so Ferran come out. Lewy as our 9. Olmo come in. I'm guessing Fermin is going to drop to the wing with Olmo as our attacking mid. That's my guess. But of course, we'll see in a little bit as the match continues on. We'll see where every player is positioned. But my guess is that Fermin will drop to the left in the place of Rashford with Olmo dropping in his place as our attacking mid. And of course, Lewy taking Ferran's place as a center forward. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. I see Fermin on the left right now. He's standing on the left, so it looks like, yeah, he's taking that position. Let's see. Yomidara says Casado has some kind of calmness to his games. I would love to see that. I agree. I think Casado does have some calmness. Like, even when he's getting the pass, right? The ball is coming at him, and as soon as he stops the ball, he has like defenders like crowding him. He stays calm. Oh, here comes Rafinha from the box. Rafinha. Rafinha misses. Great pass for Rafinha on the right wing. He cuts into the middle. He tries to put it in the far post, but it goes a little bit too wide. Rafinha, he wants his third, man. He wants his hat trick. Rafinha wants his hat trick. Cornell says, in comes Smalmo. What? What does that mean? What am I missing here? Shin says, in the words of DJ Khaled, another one. And we don't claim him, by the way. Yomi Dara says, Lewy for Ferran. Thank you. And Jose Fernandez also clarifying, Lewy for Fernan. And Mantamanti says, DJ Salad. That's what he's missing, is a salad. Definitely not DJ Salad. DJ No Salad, maybe. But yeah, we don't claim him. We don't claim that guy. If you don't know what I mean, I'm Palestinian, and DJ Khaled is also Palestinian. But us Palestinians, we don't claim him. Stanford says, it's 4 up. You are 2 behind. We've been 4 up, my friend. The scoreboard says 4 up. What you talk about, Willis? Pay attention. All right, let's see. And when I mean the scoreboard, I mean like my scoreboard. It says 4-0, 70th minute, which is what my stream says right now. Oh, was that Valencia's first shot on goal that was just caught by Juan Garcia? I think so. I think that was, yeah, it really is. They just confirmed it. It's Valencia's first shot on goal. Barcelona has 8. which they have converted 4. So that's 50% conversion rate, much better than previous matches. Olmo driving the ball. Olmo to Lewy. Lewy to Pedri. Pedri opens up to the right to Coutinho. There goes Coutinho opening with the pass. Ooh! Great pass from Coutinho into the box, but Lewy and Olmo did not really read the play well. Lewy made a run into the inside, Olmo into the outside, and then Rafinha's pass was like into the middle. But yeah, Barcelona 8 shots on goal, and Valencia just got their first shot on goal. That's crazy. We're talking about the 70th minute, and Valencia just got their first shot. I mean, that is crazy. Oh, wait. Is this their second shot on goal? I think this was their second shot on goal. Mamma mia. See, Matamata says Valencia used to be so good back in the days. Yeah, so they got bought by this guy. I don't know if he's from Singapore or can't remember which country, some East Asian country. And this guy bought them and pretty much hasn't been in Spain. Like, I think last time I read, maybe I could be wrong, it said something like 3 years or 4 years. Like the guy bought him and that was it. He just disappeared. It does like no management of the team. Like the club is just on a decline. And that guy is like nowhere to be found. He's like doesn't even get bothered. Oh, it looks like Jofre Renz will be coming onto the field. Which good. I'm glad. I wanna see those guys. You know, this is the match for to see them. You know, the match is over. Why not? Let's see Bernal. Let's see Jofre. Let's see Tony Fernandez. You know, we already got to see Rooney Bardarji. Why not? This is a perfect match to bring these youngsters in. So says, hey Mo, I didn't even know you are Palestinian, my brother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free Palestine. I'm Moroccan from the Netherlands, so we got some of them. If you know, you know. Wow, Moroccan in the Netherlands. All right, ahla wa sahla, habibi. But yes, I am half Palestinian. My dad is Palestinian. My mom is Peruvian. That's why I also speak Spanish. I speak Arabic. I speak Spanish. And I pretend to know how to speak English. So yeah. But anyways, the Netherlands. I have not been to the Netherlands yet. I'm planning a trip for March or April to go to the Netherlands when I go chase windmills and tulips. Oh, was that out of bounds? No, Fermin Lopez attacking from the left. Fermin Lopez takes a shot. Goalie blocks it. Falls to Rafinha. Rafinha tries to take a shot, but it gets blocked. Rafinha at the penalty spot. Rafinha, no! Rafinha, bro, you had all Rafinha needed to do is kick that ball. He gets the pass right at the penalty spot. I don't know why Rafinha tries to dribble the defender in front of him where he had a clear shot on goal at the penalty spot. All he needed to do was kick that ball, but he took that extra touch, man, extra touch. But here we see in the replay, Fermin takes the shot, goalkeeper blocks it, and then Rafinha just gets tangled up, man. Rafinha just should have taken that shot. There was no need for that. Gerard Martinez coming out. Jofre Renz for Gerard. Really good good match by Gerard. No complaints. Again, he's not the kind of defender that's going to leave you speechless, but he's also not the kind of defender that you're going to hate. You know, he just did his job, went almost invisible, which is a good thing. That's why you want to be, as a defender, invisible, because it means you didn't make any mistakes. And now Jofre Renz getting some minutes. I like to see that. Again, I want to see... what's called? I want to see these youngsters. Ernest says, let's keep politics out of football. My friend, saying that I'm Palestinian, it's not politics. If my existence is something of political to you, something's wrong with you, my friend, not with me. Saying that I'm Palestinian, that's just a fact. It's not political. Again, if my existence to you counts as politics, we got bigger problems on our hands. All right, let's see. I want one more. I want a manita, even though... Oh, Bernal. We're seeing Bernal. He's warming up. But I think he's been warming up, so we'll see if he comes into the field. I hope he does. Wait, how many substitutions have we made? Rafinha, Lewy, Olmo, and Jofre. So we've done 4, right? Am I missing someone? No, I think that's it, right? Those 4. So we have one more. And we could technically bring Bernal in. Oh, Olmo pass to Lewy. Lewy with the goal. Let's go. I was just saying, I want a fifth goal. I want a manita. Olmo drives the ball, puts it in the pass to Lewandowski, and then Lewandowski just absolutely with a banger, man. Just takes out all his anger on that ball, puts it in the top corner, even hits the post as the ball going in for Barcelona's 5, Valencia 0. Let's watch the replay. Kunde driving the ball, makes the pass to Olmo. Olmo to Lewandowski. Lewandowski in between two defenders, controls with his left, which allows him to bypass both defenders, and then just absolutely bangs it into the back of the net for Barcelona's 5th goal. Double by Fermin, a double by Coutinho, and now Lewandowski putting the cherry on top. Barcelona 5, Valencia 0. What a strike by Robert Lewandowski, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, where did we leave off? Edward says, no, let's put the politics of genocide seen by all the world and anywhere. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Evgeny says, well, that is a striker. That's Lewy, bro. 37 years old. 37 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and still putting up goals. Mantamanti says, Lewy, Lewy, Lewy. And Soup says, that's how you finish a great pass. Great pass by Olmo, by the way. We've been all talking crap about him. Well, not really crap, but we were saying that Fermin performs better. But we got to give credit where credit is due. That was a great pass by Dani Olmo, you know. He took a couple of steps, saw Lewy. Great timing, by the way, because if Dani Olmo would have passed that ball just half a second before, Lewandowski would have been in front of the defenders, which would have been making it a little bit more difficult for him to get past them because we know Lewy is not really a dribbler. Half a second later, Dani Olmo takes that pass. Lewy would have been offsides. So the timing on that pass from Dani Olmo is absolutely brilliant. And what Lewandowski does is also absolutely brilliant because the way he controls with his left foot allows him to get past the defenders without having to dribble them. And then with the right foot, he just puts on one hell of a strike for Barcelona's 5, Valencia 0. Ernest says, you misunderstood me. Not everyone agrees with Free Palestine. I'm not against your nationality. I mean, they don't have to agree, right? I mean, if you're against people's right to exist, then you're against right to exist. I'm not going to try to debate you or anything. That's your prerogative. But if they don't agree, they don't agree. Young Braveheart says, when's the last time we had a player with a hat trick? Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I'm going to have to look that up. Last player to have a hat trick. Who had hat tricks last season? Coutinho had a hat trick. Did Lewy have hat tricks last season? I think he had at least one, no? Who else had hat tricks last season? I mean, obviously nobody this season, right? Nobody's had hat tricks this season so far. But if I got it, I think Coutinho might have gotten 2 hat tricks, right? There was the one where we won 7-0 in Barcelona's 3rd match. There, Coutinho had a hat trick. He had one against Bayern Munich. Ooh! Valencia with the shot and Joan Garcia there to stop it. I think that's their 3rd shot on goal. Let me think what else. So Rafinha had the hat trick against Bayern. Did he have a hat trick against Benfica? Yeah, I think he had a hat trick against Benfica, right? I can't remember if Lewy had a hat trick, but I guess I'm just going to go with Rafinha. But again, I'll have to look this up. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me. Alejandro says, Mo, Eric Garcia solidly today as a center back. Yeah, I really like the Eric Garcia Pau Cubarsí pairing. Pedri puts in the pass into the box. Olmo opens it up to Rafinha, but it gets intercepted. Mantamati says, remember last season we won many times with many goals. Yes, we did. Evgeny says it's becoming a pattern. As Sharky start, international break, battering the next team after it. Now I hope we start performing as insane as last season. You know what? You're right. That's true. I remember the first 2 matches of last season were not good. It's not that we're not good. We won by 1 goal difference. And then after that, it was just like, bam, bam, bam. We just started battering everybody. Oh, Dani Olmo with the shot. But it goes over. Goal, it goes way too up. Oh, Bernal is coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Dani Olmo takes the shot, misses, but now it's Bernal. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Bernal coming in for Pedri after 380 days after a torn ACL, a damaged meniscus, an injury that saw Marc Bernal be off the field for an entire year. He is now making his way into the field in the place of Pedri as the whole stadium gives him a standing ovation. What a beautiful moment. Marc Bernal back on the field after a very long, rigorous, and treacherous road to recovery. He is back on the field, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful moment as the whole stadium gives him a standing ovation. I got goosebumps right now on my skin. It reminds me like when Gabi also came back from his injury, and now Bernal also. By the way, look how much physical he looks. He's like a tower right now next to all the players around. Obviously, he was always tall, but he has gained a lot of muscle. You know, as we know, Barcelona put him under a special physical plan to strengthen him up because, as you know, a lot of these players, when they make the jump from the reserve team to the first team, sometimes they find themselves, you know, behind, physically speaking, playing against first division players. So Bernal, while he was injured, not only was he working on his recovery, he was also working on his fitness plan that Barcelona assigned from him. And you can see the difference. I mean, this guy looks like an absolute bull right now in comparison to all the players around him. Even Valencia players, you know, we know Barcelona players, most of them are smaller, but even next to the Valencia players, I mean, that guy is a towering figure. Not only is he taller than them, but he just looks like an absolute bull. But what a great moment to witness right now. Marc Bernal. I wish this would have been at the Camp Nou with more crowd. But, you know, the important thing is he's back. That is the important thing, ladies and gentlemen. Marc Bernal back on the field. Let's go. What a great match. 5-0. And Marc Bernal is on the field. And Fermin scored, and Coutinho scored, and Lewy scored. I mean, great freaking match. Great day to be with all of you sharing this match. I'm so glad that I left my event. For those of you who joined late. Oh, wait. Ooh, Valencia with the counter attack. Cross into the box, but Joan Garcia was there. Somebody gives Joan Garcia like a Nintendo Switch or something. The poor guy has had no work. He's like bored. Like, give him a chair, give him a Nintendo Switch so he can, you know, get a little bit entertained. But if Evgeny says it was 3 consecutive, 1-2, and then after that we broke the Rayo Vallecano 7-0. Was it 3? I thought it was 2 consecutive. Anyways, but yeah, after that Rayo Vallecano, I think that's when the team just completely took off. Yomi Dara says, Bernal. Manti says, welcome back. And Beanie Mini, no, it's not Beanie Mini, it's Beanie Man, says, some Madrid fans just ended their streams. So I don't know which channels do this, but it always shows up as a suggested video on my home screen. But there's a few channels that will, what they do is they go and they cut parts of the streams from Madridistas, Spanish Madridistas, you know, and they put it together and they put the video up. And I always watch it. It's hilarious because it's like, you know, Madridistas doing watch-alongs on Barcelona matches and like the way they start crying and they're all mad. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know what the channels are that they make them, but I always see it as a recommended, and I always have to watch it. Mati says Bernal with his height, has better Wi-Fi access. Yeah, he does. He doesn't need to pay to stream the matches. This guy gets free streaming. He's a towering figure, man. I guess I haven't seen him in so long. I don't remember him being this big. Like they showed him in the field and he's like standing like this. And like everybody around him is just like at shoulder level. Both Barcelona and Valencia players. He really is a towering figure. There he goes. Marc Bernal at the edge of the box. Opens up to Fermin. Fermin back to Bernal. Bernal to Joffre. Joffre to Casado. Look at all these academy players, man. What a beautiful sight. What other team, top team, of course, that you can say this? Let's see. Oh, wait. Lewy with the goal. Oh, is it offsides? I think it was offsides. It would have been a beautiful goal. But I think it's offsides. Wait, hold on. I want to see the replay. Let's see. Bernal. Oh, I don't think he's offsides. Bernal assists to Lewy. Lewy puts... What a beautiful shot by Lewy. I don't think that's offsides. What do you guys think? Chat, let me know. This is the first time I've said that, by the way. Chat, let me know. I feel very Gen Z right now with the chat. Let me know. But people in the chat section, let me know. What do you think? I did not see that was an offsides. I think Lewy's onside. And if it is, we're talking about an assist by Bernal seconds after he came onto the field. And we're talking about another brace. We already have two braces, a Coutinho brace, a Fermin Lopez brace. Let's see if we got a third brace. Let me see. Referee's calling it. Goal! Let's fucking go! Ladies and gentlemen, assist by Marc Bernal. Only a few seconds after coming onto the field, Bernal assists Lewandowski, who puts on a beautiful, beautiful goal. Now we have three braces. Let's see the replay. There's Bernal, puts on into Lewy. Lewy controls with the right foot, makes the run, and then just chips the goalkeeper for Barcelona's sixth goal. Three braces, a brace by Fermin, a brace by Coutinho, and a brace by Robert Lewandowski, who at 37 years old is still putting up goals. What a match. 6 goals. Marc Bernal makes a return with an assist. I mean, beautiful day, beautiful match. It's an absolute festival. Goal festival is an absolute party at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. I wish we were at the Camp Nou right now, but the important thing is that right now it's an absolute party at the Estadio Johan Cruyff with 6 great goals, with the return, long-awaited return of Marc Bernal. And what a match. Edward says onside, the player at the top was keeping him on. I think so too. Well, I don't have to think so. The ref already said it is. Edison says, Mo, change the score. Oh my God. Dude, I left it at 4-0. What is going on with me? Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm so excited about this that I completely forgot about the score. But here we go. Barcelona want more. They are not stopping. Oh, Casado with a beautiful heel pass. Jofre Torrens with the cross into the penalty spot, but there's nobody there. Ooh, Valencia defender makes a mistake, passes it back to goalkeeper. Fermin was there, but the goalkeeper was able to clear it. Barcelona is not slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hansi Flick's Barca. It doesn't matter if they're up 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. They want more and more and more and more. This is Hansi Flick's Barcelona. They're showing the replay right now of the no offside. Yeah, he's definitely not. I mean, this is not even close. The Valencia defender has a full body on Lewandowski. But Edison, thank you for reminding me to change the scoreline. I can't believe I had kept it at 4-0. That's how fast these goals are coming. I'm not even keeping up with the scoreboard. Not to mention, I'm so excited that I completely forgot about it. But Jose Fernandez says, incredible testament to Bernal's quality. 100%, my friend. 100%. Oh, Valencia. Ooh. Valencia with the counter-attack. This poor guy, he's trying. That's his second shot. What's his name? Let me see his back. Show me your back. Show me your back. Wait, what's going on with Fermin? I don't like this. They're showing Fermin as he's a little bit limping. Thomas says, assist Bernal. Ernest says, a collab with Faisal would be fun. He's a Madrid fan. I wouldn't mind a Madrid collab. Yomidara says, the same chip Lewy did was what Shark attempted earlier, but I mean, at 37, still Lewy is, miles and miles and miles ahead of Ferran Torres. Look how big Bernal looks next to other players, man. I do not remember him being this tall. I mean, he looks huge. Jofre, Fermin to Lewy to Olmo. Olmo tries the heel pass. Oh! Rafinha wins the rebound. Lewy's trying to get the ball. It's not over. This play is not over. Valencia defender goes to the ground. He's like, oh, no. You fouled me, sir. Oh, no, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to go to the ground. Edison says, no worries, man. Teamwork. Hope one of the players gets the hat trick. Yeah, right now there's 3 candidates to the hat trick. They're only given 2 minutes of additional time. So 2 minutes for either Coutinho, Lewy, or Fermin to score the hat trick. Barcelona has had a total of 26 attacks. Man, Valencia, what happened to you, bro? You used to compete for European spots. It's crazy. Richard says the message is clear. We are back. I don't think we ever left. But yes, this is a great match. Armando says the difference between Lewandowski finishing compared to Ferran. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Lewandowski is just world class, man. Lewandowski is world class. I mean, he is. If it wasn't for Messi and Ronaldo, Lewy would probably have more than one Ballon d'Or. I mean, he has zero right now, even though he got robbed. He should have gotten that 2020 Ballon d'Or. But I think if it wasn't for Messi and Ronaldo, he would have maybe two or three because he's top three players of our generation. It goes Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski. Like, oh, wow, Valencia won their goal. Let's go. Ernest says, I've never seen Lewandowski offside before and also about the long pass. You know what? I was going to mention that when I was talking about the offside. I completely forgot. When I saw it was Lewy, I was like, there's no way he's offside because Lewy is really good at being onside. It's very difficult to catch Lewy offside. And that goes to the fact that he's a world-class striker. One of the best strikers of our generation. He knows. He's always aware of his positioning. He's always aware of the position of the defender. So it's very hard to see Lewandowski in an offside because, again, he's just a world class. How many? Oh! Yo! Casado intercepted that pass, that cross from Valencia player, and I don't know why. I saw the ball go in, but it was not in, thank God. But yeah, you don't see Lewandowski offside because he's just a world-class striker. He knows where he's at all times. I think the referee's going to blow it right after this offside. After this corner. Oh, yep. That's it. It's over. Ryan says that Valencia player scored against Barca when he was still playing at Almeria. Ramazani is his name. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the match is officially over. Barcelona 6, Valencia 0. A double by Fermin Lopez, who sends a clear message to Hansi Flick that he wants that starting spot, that attacking midfield position. A double by Coutinho, who came on as a sub into the second half, and it only took him 45 minutes to score that double. And then Robert Lewandowski, who took him even less time to score a double, coming on the 60th minute, only taking him 30 minutes to score a double. Fermin Lopez taking the MVP. And of course, the other big news of today, Marc Bernal making that long-awaited return after an entire year from being on the sidelines. Marc Bernal not only makes a comeback, but makes a comeback with style because he assisted Robert Lewandowski's second goal, or Barcelona's sixth goal. Barcelona 6, Valencia 0. 3 more points in the pocket and a great restart to the season after that FIFA international break. Let's see what people are saying in the chat section, and then we'll end the stream. And of course, later today, I'll be doing the post-match live analysis once I've had some more time to think about what happened in this match, digest it, and that way I can bring you, a better breakdown of the match. And then, of course, there will be news video. But let's see. Let's see what the chat section is saying. Where did we leave off? Right here. King says, what happened to Valencia? Javier Tebas and bad owners. Bad owners for sure. Obviously, Javier Tebas with his ridiculous financial fair play rules doesn't help. But yeah, the owner is really bad. The owner bought Valencia and pretty much has neglected the club. They say he hasn't been even in Spain in I don't know how many years. Can't remember what country he's from. Singapore or an East Asian country, but like he pretty much bought the club. It was like, all right, bye. It just left and completely forgot. He's probably that rich, right? He doesn't even remember that he owns a football club in top division. Evgeny says all that without our main attack trio is scaring, by the way. Absolutely. People were saying, that's it. Lamine Yamal, he's not on the field. That's over, blah, blah, blah. And then look at that. Not only does Barcelona win, but they win 6-0. By the way, Valencia, they lost 7-0 last season and 5-1, I think, if I remember correctly. And now 6-0. I mean, 5, 6, 7. Ugh, it's tough to be a Valencia fan right now. King says, I got Neymar over Lewy. He had us watching Santos. Okay. I mean, we're talking about center forwards, right? You can't really compare Neymar to Lewy because they're two different profile players. We're talking about striker versus Neymar, right? Who was more of a number 10. Uzi Blas says, who do you prefer, Mo Suarez or Lewy? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, obviously, I love Suarez because all the great years that he gave us. But as an objective football fan, not as a Barca fan. As a Barca fan, obviously Suarez any day. But as an objective football fan, I would choose Lewy. Um, I feel like Lewy was just more lethal in that position. Ernest says we kept a clean sheet. Yes, we did. Mazuba says it's Messi, CR7, Neymar, and the rest. Okay. Now, my only problem with Neymar is that he wasn't consistent. Obviously, Neymar, does deserve to eat at the same table. But the problem with Neymar, his only, after his years at Barca, it was just decline, right? PSG, Saudi, now back in Brazil. Where Lewy, he's 37 and he's still playing top division football, right? So that's my problem with Neymar. Obviously, Neymar is a million times more skilled and talented than Lewy, and a million times more exciting to watch than Lewy. But Neymar just did not give us as much as Lewy did. I mean, Lewy has been the most consistent striker. Remember, he's 37. At 37, Messi was already in the MLS. At 37, Penaldo was in Saudi. Lewy's still in top division European football in La Liga. So I'm not saying that Lewy's better than Messi and Ronaldo. Let's make that clear. I'm just saying his consistency is insane. Edward says, I got to disagree with your prior observation, Mo. Clean sheets are important. It's a cliche, but you can't win the league without clean sheets. That's not true. You can win the league without clean sheets. You can win 38 matches, 2-1 every single one. You don't need clean sheets. As long as you outscore your opponent, a clean sheet doesn't really matter. Sean says, I guess Valencia can say they improved a bit. They only lost 6-0 this time, not 7-0. True. Yomi Dada says, referee was probably sick and tired of Valencia, blew the whistle to end their misery. Boca Mosa says, what's kind of weird seeing Olmo and Fermin at the same time? Yeah. Ryan says, beautiful performance by Barcelona today once again. I agree. Mantamante says, we got the 3 points and an upgrade for the goal stats. Yes, we did. And Bernal, you can't forget Bernal. Bernal is back and back in style because he provided an assist within seconds of coming back. And Chris says, Olmo not making much of a case to start over Fermin. He did have the assist. I'll give him that. Lewandowski's first goal. But yeah, Fermin had one hell of a match. I mean, Fermin made a statement with today's match. And the statement is, coach, put me in. Mantamante says, what's your Barca ultimate 11? Oof. We need a lot more time than this to discuss my ultimate 11. Evgeny says, we got to make Dua Lipa wear Newcastle shirt next. She posted a viral pic with Valencia kit for context. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I don't think we need her for the Newcastle. I feel like we got the Newcastle match, but hey, I'll take it. Chris says, shocked that neither Araujo nor Christensen played. I'm not. I like the Pau Garcia pairing. Remember, that's the pair that won the Olympic gold. El Pollito says, Lewy deserves a year extension. I don't know about that. I think it's time to move on at the end of the season. I mean, he's great, but he is 37. He'll be 38 in June. I mean, that's at some point you're like, all right, it's time to move on. Julio says, Ducky, finally, Barca's back on their bullish about damn time. Chris says, going to need big CBs for Newcastle, 2 times 2 meter strikers. Could be. Victor says, Ferran cost us 2 sitters. Yeah, Ferran missed 2 clear ones, man. Gold CJ Messi says, I should have doubted my prediction. Marcus says, we are back without no mercy performance. Vizca Barca. El Pollito says, where's Rooney? Rooney got subbed out. Quiet game by Rooney, but, first time playing. Cannot blame him. William Castro says, Mo, what kind of haircut style is this? You look totally different. It's called a comb over because comb it over. No, comb it over. This is hard. Wait, like this. Comb it over. Chris says Casado was great, solid backup. Absolutely, I really liked Casado's match. Was very active in the midfield. Great, quick first touch passes. Casado just gives you confidence in the back. Real Football 11 says, I just woke up and, man, seems like I missed a lot today. Yes, you did, my friend. Yes, you did. Martin says, do you feel better without Lamine? I don't feel better without him, but we still were able to perform without him. Mathematics says, what's our first opponent in Champions League? Newcastle on Thursday. And Raul says, Mo, it seems Flick has decided on his two center backs. I think Eric and Kovarci. It was a great performance from them. Let this match be a stepping stone for a greater performance. Peace, Barca. I don't know if Flick has decided that those two are his starting center backs. But like I've said many times before, I honestly don't mind it. I think the Kovarci and Eric Garcia are two great options. They're both academy players. They both know how to build from the back. They both have great forward passes. And remember, the two of them are used to playing together because the two of them won Olympic gold together. So I like that pairing. I have absolutely nothing against it. I don't know if Flick has made his final decision. If he has, again, I totally like it. So I welcome it. Let me see. Mike says Lewa still proving to be a trusted 9, 100%. Chris says not sure. Raul maybe resting Araujo and Christensen. Could be, but I trust Eric and Pau or Pau and Christensen more than I do with Araujo. And William says hopefully our season can start from here. Amen. Anyways, that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this match with me. Great performance by Barcelona at total dominance. 6-0. A brace by Fermin, brace by Coutinho, brace by Lewandowski. Bernal making a comeback with an assist. 3 points in the pocket. Later today, I will be doing a post-match live analysis to break down the match a little bit more once I've digested it a little bit more and broke it down a little bit more. And of course, later tonight, the news video. Don't forget. I don't know why I disappeared. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always,